welcome back everybody. Right now I'm working on an edger, and customer brought it to me and says that he wants a guard for it. The guard had actually broke off. It had a mount here where that weld is, and right there where that weld is that I've ground down was a where the guard was welded at, but that was all broke off. And so just for the guard by itself, that was anywhere from $80 to $98. But that wasn't going to do me no good, because the bracket that was welded to this spindle assembly was broke off. So I decided to build one for a couple reasons, because this entire assembly, which unbolts right there, that is very expensive also, and I could get all of that, which would come with the spindle assembly that had the mounting bracket welded to it. Pretty expensive, and the only one that I could find was in European dollar amount. So I'm pretty sure it had to be shipped across seas. And so either way, he was going to have to wait for it to get here. So being expensive and lead time were issues. So I know I'll have more money tied up into this thing with my labor and a little bit of materials that I have, but it kind of makes up for itself because of the lead time. I can get this thing back up and running to him in just a couple days, where it might take a couple weeks to get some of those parts. I've been waiting for some trimmer parts for a couple of weeks now, and it looks like we're probably going to go into a third week, and that's due to the vendor didn't have any stock, so he had to get his stock from the manufacturer, and so he's waiting on that stuff to get to him, then they'll be able to send it to me. But anyway, I have started welding this up, and I made a little mistake. I based everything off of a where's it at? Oh, off of a worn blade. And after I got it made up and was getting ready to bolt it up permanently, I thought to myself, you know what, let me measure this and then let me look up this part number here and to see if it gives me any dimensions or not. 8 3/16, and a new one is at 9 inches. So yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, building this thing based off of a used blade. So now what I've had to do is I just drilled 2 more holes at a lower point that will raise it up so the blade don't hit the top, and then I sectioned out the back. This was the piece that I cut out. It was sitting on here like so, right? I sectioned that out, and I've got another piece right here that I'm going to section back in, and we should be good to go. So, and then for the bracket, I welded on this bracket here out of the same metal, right? It's fairly thin, but the way I built it is this might be flat in there, but I took and rounded, I shaped this piece here to fit around that. I just hammered it, and then I built this little tiny bracket as a stiffener, and that thing's solid. It isn't going anywhere. You'd be amazed on what you can do with thin metal and still have it come out real strong. And I'm still able to easily get to my bolts with a wrench, no problems. All right, let me get this thing welded back up on the back side here. We'll stick it out a little bit further, and that should take care of our issue with it being a little too small of a radius. So. Plenty of clearance. All I got to do is clean it up a little bit, put some nylock nuts on it, and this thing's good to go. All right, guys, that was a kind of a quick look on how I built the guard for this thing. And you know, he's got the guard now. He doesn't have to wait a couple weeks for it to get here. And so it might have cost a little bit, but I still think I got it at least under the whole assembly cost wise. But I at least want to get my materials back and a little bit of labor anyway. So there we go. Works pretty good. Picking up some stones down in the dirt. But it's got plenty of clearance all the way around it. So works pretty good. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If so, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, send me some comments, let me know what you think. Be kind and help people when you can.